Hi, I'm Clark Harshbarger. I'm the Director of Stewardship with Matt Agriculture, and today we're here to talk about how we understand soil health. Another practice that we've done out here is we've applied some compost, and you can see that in some different areas on the soil surface, which leads to a third principle of soil health, and one that can really be accomplished quite well with livestock, is armoring the soil. So as the cattle and sheep and the different livestock are used in management for your pasture, you're really trying to concentrate them, and you can mimic this principle in nature, like the prey and the predator relationship. And as they get concentrated, they trample the grass. And as you can look across here, a lot of the grasses are laying down. And so when that does is that armors the soil and protects it from heavy rain events and then strong winds that we get from our front range mountains that come across these landscapes. And that's why regenerative agriculture, it's so important that we try to re-perennialize as many of our landscapes as possible, so we can hold the soils in place. We can actually pull carbon for as long as possible into the soil, building carbon sequestration. And so armoring the soil, you can see, is what we're looking for, different residue types and different residue thicknesses. As the soil and the plants interface, they start to get broken down. One of the few microorganisms that can do this is called fungi. And fungi is what actually is able to digest some of the more yellow and dark materials that you see here that are longer and too big for some of the microorganisms, and the fungi can lasso their mycelium around there and start to break them down. And so we really want to see armor on the soil, again, to protect it from the rain, which can fall as fast as 30 miles an hour coming from the sky. So it's really critical that we have protection for the soil. It also helps regulate soil temperature. Soil temperature, just like us, the microbes like to have a steady constant. And so when there's a snowpack on here or a nice layer of residue from the plants, it actually will regulate how much fluctuation the soil temperature has each and every day from our bright Colorado sun. And so it's really critical to try to keep those extremes as close as possible. So it's a really important principle that can be achieved through grazing, and it can be achieved through managing perennial pastures. The objective of perennial grasses is that they take soil that's in these big clods, and they use their fibrous roots to go in and recreate pathways through that soil. You can see here how dense it is when you tap it. And we would like our soils to have more friability. And so Andy's working really hard to manage his grasses so he can create soil that's in these big blocks and clods into these smaller granular structures. And you want to see this as you go from top to bottom. The structures get smaller to larger as you go. A lot of our agricultural soils that are annually tilled have structure like this all through the surface. So farmers are continually having to break them up. And that's the beauty of perennial grasses, is that they're continuously building soil by using their roots and creating all these networks to recreate beautiful soil structure that you can see here. That's what we're looking for, the crumbly stuff.